volleying Adi Sanchez's shots, it's so hard to control because she's going to push a lot. And that's, I mean, in my opinion, the big difference between Adi Sanchez and the top 10 compared to the rest of the players.
So watch out for the pace of volley. Something to keep your eye on. Former world #1 versus current. Cloud cover coming across our championship court.
And we appreciate it.
High backhand. Gets away from Sands. Dubbin's being put to work and coming up big.
She's showing in this tournament that she has a lot of power, winning a lot of points with that smash.
Flat serve, but how about that return? Marta Taliban. (30-15). 15-30, excuse me. Make it 30 all.
30 all.
We saw some of the strategy play out from the serve and return of the last match. Watch for some patterns throughout this one.
Lucky.
A little love for Ariana Sanchez. It's always nice when the net's on your side.
It is. And especially if that comes with a couple break points in your favor.
Flattens that out. And I think a little bit of the change of pace through Audi. Time for a golden point. First game. Great hands from Taliban. High lob and out of bounds. The golden point goes the direction of San Diego. The first hold and the first chance to see all 4 of these fantastic pro paddle players in action.
And it's really good for the Stingrays to hold the serve because for the mental part of it, losing the first game will be really, really tough, especially when it comes to playing with Adi Sanchez. These kind of players, whenever they take an early lead, they just gain confidence. They just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So holding the serve, saving 2 break points is vital for the Stingrays.
So they find their hold. And now it's time for Miami. Switching sides.
It's a good time to be a Miami Paddle Club fan, huh? You have Adi Sanchez, you have Agustapia. Almost like a cheat code.
Miami sent to the back. Working. Amazing play. Lucia with the block she needed.
A duel in the net. Something quite unique when the 4 players in paddle are in the net battling for it.
Cutting that cross-court angle off. Taliban. Shot down the line. Now it's Stingrays have the advantage. They nearly earn the advantage again, but working through the transition and back, Taliban.
And how she builds the point with patience, one shot after another, using the time.
using time and creating time. Being able to create time in this sport comes at a premium.
Now she goes to the corner. It's always tricky when it goes to that direction because you never know which side is going to touch, if the side wall or the back wall. Depending on that, it goes one direction or the other. Wow, the wind is massive, Cam.
Yeah, creating so many issues right now from the side of the Stingrays. But in reality, it can create issues from both sides. If you're trying to lob from the side of the Stingrays, that is going to get pushed, no doubt, further towards that glass.
I was just following the boy. He was pushing and pushing. Whoa.
Oh, that is perfection.
Just like that.
It's got to be hard to track as you continue back towards that glass. And even then, for Miami, throwing that ball, that lob, into the air on their side right now, from their side, could come up short, create some devastation.
Couple holds now. First game for Miami. Now the Stingrays again to serve.
Cross-court lob. This time with her forehand.
Watch out.
Potres. Brittany Dubbins, again, you talked about the amount of power that she's able to possess and yield. So far, what are you seeing from the San Diego Stingrays that is getting them settled in this match?
I'm seeing a solid Brittany Dobbins finding winners, but she needs the experience from Lucia Sainz. She's trying to push maybe too much. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Speaking of pushing too much, the wind
There she goes.
ripping through the court. And a point for San Diego.
I just had to stop talking because the ball was just stopping in the air and almost coming backwards. But as I was saying that Lucia Sainz in this team is much needed. Yes, Brittany Dobbins is going to give you a lot of points, but she has less experience than you. And when it comes to playing with a #1, you really need that experience to show up. Those battles that you have in your shoulders to bring something into the court.
Really impressed with the redirect volley, creating some issues in the defense. I imagine pretty cool experience for Brittany Dubbins. Get a chance to play alongside Lucia Sainz. And Deja drop a combination from partner to partner.
That was a beauty. Soft touch, soft hands from Marta Talaban. Another golden point, the second one in the game. Third break point in the match for Miami Padel Club.
Now on the second serve, golden point. And a heavy swing. Ariana Sanchez puts her hand to her head. Unbelievable that they were able to storm away with that one. That was a shallow, shallow return.
Sí, la dejaba botar porque todavía me llamo.
Acuérdate de apoyar con la bolilla de derecha, pero no todas firmes. Porque ella firme pone la pala, pero si le pones lenta, la baja así y se le levanta. Y ahí Tienes control.
La que me apoyo en la pared se la puedo hacer así, le tiro así.
Si me cae la
O sea,
baba,
le
me
puedes jugar
avisa.
rápido, pero que no siempre rápido, sino la rápida, la lenta, porque con la de derecha dura todo el rato.
Rubén, hacemos una igual. Una igual, tío, please.
Está ahí cogiendo volumen ahí, dice, por favor, sí, me da la vida.
No breaks yet. San Diego. It's been hanging tough at this point.
Oh, a miss from
Or
Mari.
excuse me, a break from Miami on the last.
Good patience there because it was a tricky ball. It was stopping from the wind. Adi let it bounce, but the ball was coming backwards. She still got away with it.
Strong first volley from Miami. Fought off by San Diego. Getting some support from their sideline.
And I love it. So, Cam, you were watching the previous match with Peter. In the interview, Agustap and John Sanz said that it was hard playing here with the conditions, but they were playing better this match compared to the other one. Do you agree, or do you still think they can improve, they can bring something else into this PPL event number 1?
It's tough to say. I would think that more than anything, maybe just getting settled after some international travel, as you see quite the little duel now up at the net. But I think competition was tough against the Toronto Polar Bears, the team that had previously taken them down. They cleaned up some of their contact, but this is a phenomenal point. But also tough to say because the game had to be varied so much because of the windy conditions from the previous day. So I talked to Peter quite a bit about the fact that with the great players, the ones that really separate themselves are those that handle the variables the best, and it appeared so that Miami was no doubt able to handle those variables at a high rate, including the wind.
Wow.
Really nice from Taliban, taking that ball cross court, jamming up San Diego. 3-1.
2 holds without giving any single break point opportunity to the rivals.
Ball on the outside of the court. Pause for play.
That's gonna go.
And that's what I'm talking about. That side is just so difficult when you're trying to find a lob. Everything pushed to the glass.
Feels like you just have to touch the ball. Super soft and let the wind do the job.
Flattening that through the middle. This time more angle from Dubbins. And another. This time it's down the line. Nice point construction from Brittany Dubbins.
And nice finish too. She built the point and she finished it. There was no space right there, but she found it somehow. Oh,
Sanchez storming the net there in some dangerous territory.
And from the benches, we heard that "Qué buena eres," how good you are. I just love it. The confidence coming from the benches.
40 love for the Stingrays. Pouncing as Lucia. Hold for San Diego.
Miami leads 3-2.
Centrándonos un poquito en la volea y si nos pasan, nos acordamos que el globo tiene que ir bien hacia adelante.
Sí, vale.
Ya está.
Mucho. Quería tirarlo muy tibio para que se lo llevara del viento y no hacía falta.
Está perfecto. Pero ahora vamos a darle. Vamos a darle sin miedo que se vaya un poquito. Valientes ahí.
Nada, va. Vale. Sí, porque lo grito ese que me está pegando me está incendiando. Vámonos.
Ya está caliente.
Vale.
Es que esto suelta mierda. Vamos ahora, Vamos. Seguimos igual,
Vamos a tope las dos, va. Vale, va. Todo, vamos. Venga.
3-2 for Miami. Communication and
Too much power.
I would say the same. I think that's what happens when you double up on the racket.
Tiro.
Finding the fence, that is just near impossible to get back.
Marta Talavani is playing a good match so far,
That is very true. She's seeing the majority of the contact.
especially with that forehand volley, finding a lot of winners. Couple drop shots too. There she goes again.
Now it's the backhand. Oh. Finally, Ade gets a shot. How about that drop? And it creates some problems. Quick foot speed on the side of Miami.
And she had to do that. I mean, obviously, Lucia Sainz don't like it. Taliban went for it. If your opponent is close to the net, you just have to go for it. Then you say sorry, obviously. But that was the shot and the right thing to do. I would even say that Marta Talavani is playing better than Ari Sanchez right now, which is a lot.
Ade not getting a huge amount of opportunity to see the ball, but when she does, she's putting her own imprint on this match. Now 4-2, having picked up another game. So how can they create some issues? They're trying to stay the majority of the direction of Taliban, but right now they've got to find a break.
Whenever this is happening, the first thing you have to do is try to avoid mistakes. Long points, good quality of a lob shot, but yes, it's super hard when you have this kind of win. So try to focus on not missing, get your chances. You have Brittany doing this kind of stuff. Beautiful portres again. Try to build a point, long rallies, and be patient.
There's no way for Dubbins to get back to the corner after crossing over. Just needed more time.
It's 15-30, and again, danger for the Stingrays and their serve.
Backhand Chiquita from Ariana.
Bam, bam,
Heck
bam.
of a duel. And it goes to Stingrays. Impressive play up at the net from both parties.
Whenever you have new fans joining and watching paddle, there are two things that impresses more the people. One of them, it's the por tres, and whenever a player goes out and hit it back. And the other ones are these kind of duels in the net where you got this beam, beam, beam going so fast between the four players. So fun to watch.
There's no doubt about it. The hand speed required, the ability to keep that racket on the right side of your body. It's very challenging. Fun to see how quick these athletes can be. Just a few feet away from one another.
Couple break points for Miami now.
Continuing to flatten these out. There's the quick lob from Taliban. Finding the location, picking her spots.
Just
Out of bounds and a break for Miami. Yet another on their side. 5-2.
Vamos por ellos. Muy bien.
还几个的。
Eso se ve todo lo que vuela, pum, con confianza.
Sí,
Están
suelta.
haciendo de locos, ¿eh?
Porque la reja, que lo que sea, hay que pegar.
Vamos. Vamos. Dale, dale. Vamos. Soy Miguelito. Dale, Miguelito. Vas a ser el nuevo Miguelito.
Oh, yes.
Dale, Miguelita.
Ojalá que sea automático.
Es solo eso, ¿eh?
Más.
Brittany es solo eso. Venga, vamos, chicas, ¿eh?
Venga, vamos a por
¿eh?
todas.
Va, venga, va, vamos, ¿eh? Va.
Five 5-2, Miami looking to find the first set. The bajada. And it is quickly closed off from Miami. 15 love, the opposite direction, Miami on top.
Probably the first mistake of the match from Marta Talaban right there. Still, Miami Paddle Club is only 3 points away of securing the first set. Only 2 now.
And that's really tough. Oftentimes you see some of that pace taken off the serve and actually almost short changes the returner. Lofted. Ariana Sanchez. Management on her side.
What a peacock. What a
Flip
save
back.
from Brit.
She wasn't sure if that one was going to land, but this one does.
Delicious.
Midas touch for Sainz.
That was tasty. Through the door from Lucia. Look at that. A lot of spin. And the ball goes backwards and out of the court. Wow.
A little issue on the last. It's hard when you're both on the ball. Flattened. Light touch. She works with a two-hand backhand. Looked like she was playing some tennis on that last one.
And we're going to have a couple set points right here.
40-30.
Again, Talaban finding winners. This time opening the racket, going to the side fence.
Set point, Miami.
Ooh.
She got all of that one.
Juice. Golden point.
There was some anger in that ball.
Size and chose to receive.
We'll just call it strength. How about that?
Yeah.
Golden point now. Still set point, Miami.
Wow.
Oh, and a missed volley into the net. Fending off 2 set points did San Diego. They walk away 3-5. Got a handful of points still to play. Good hustle from Dubbins. Sainz urging her partner on, who's trying to still catch her breath, astonished as she traveled the length of the court about 4 times.
That contra pared from Britt was so close to being perfect.
Ooh-wee.
15-0.
That is a thing of beauty.
Another one from Lucia.
She deserves her own category for that one.
Wow.
Flat, so flat and shallow. That's going to cause some problems.
I'm really impressed with the level that Marta Talaban is showing in this match. Of course, she's a great player, but today, wow.
Taliban ranked in the top 30 in the world. And some extra oomph from that. Brittany Dubbins with another strong smash.
If she works on that bandeja and the víbora and she adds that to her aerial shots, she's going to be a dangerous player. Because when it comes to smashing it, she has the por tres, she has the por cuatro, she has the power. She has a lot of room to improve. And that's really good news for the United States Padel.
For the rouleau. There's a little kick on that last
That's
one.
a shot she needs to improve. It's way too high.
Just getting caught on the corner right now. It's definitely a head-to-head battle between Dubbins and Taliban. Both of them seeing the bulk of shots their direction.
And another 2 set points.
Miami looking for the break in the set. Letting that go off the side and back glass before contact. Golden point yet again. This is number 4.
Sanchez has chose to receive.
Set point, Miami. Shallow. Can they? One defense, but can't find the second defensive contact. Set. to Miami. The Paddle Club is inching their way to one more victory and a series win over the San Diego Stingrays. Here's a look back. Set point. Great footwork. Ariana Sanchez sets up a perfect ball for Taliban to finish. Right at the foot of Brittany Dubbins. Happy faces on the side of Miami. And more work to be done on the side of San Diego. Right now, Brittany Dubbins getting a bit of information from Miguel Lemperti, as well as see the signs. The San Diego team has truly come together.
Y acuérdate, ¿vale? Cuando ellos tengan en contra, tenemos que intentar que no nos saquen. Que hay que hacer el esfuerzo de tocar. Y tocar fuerte. Tocar fuerte. Y lo haces perfecto. ¿Sí? Lo que si no te pegue cuando juegas acá porque te queda el huevo para sacar. Pero si a vos te sacan, te va para atrás y que la brazo te lo vas a apuntar al cielo. Es largo, hay mucho viento, más de lo que pensamos. Y si se va alguno, no importa. Lo que no se quede corto. Pero una bajada. Para eso tenemos que hacer este y esto. A ver, que se la juegue ahorita. Y vos en lo tuyo, Morimos con la tuya. Esa es la única forma de que hay que ganar.
Va,
Perfecta, hay que seguir así, va. Hay que aprovechar las oportunidades, nada más. Pero estáis fenomenal. Muy bien, Brittany, muy bien. Vamos, vamos, ánimo. Venga, con fuerza.
A 6-3 first set score. What did you like in terms of, we've talked so often about Taliban in that first set, and she was nearly flawless, picking up ball after ball, creating her own oppression of the opponent. But what do you like to see from her here in the second set?
She has to keep doing what she was doing in the first one. I mean, now another super winner. That forehand volley is hurting a lot their opponents. The team is not really needing Ari Sanchez at her best. If Marta Taraban keeps playing this way throughout the tournament, if Miami was the favorite, they were even more right now. That volley is from Ari. Classic.
Unbelievable how little that ball bounces after hitting not only the carpet but the glass. That thing just drops straight back down.
Did you see how she slices the ball? The spin
So aggressive.
she gets out of it.
Gets herself out of a little trouble there. Decides to flatten that off the glass instead of sending up the lob. Challenging Brittany Dubbins to get to the net. That's out of bounds, and Miami earns the first game of the second set.
I mean, it has to be tough to be a Stingray right now. You wake up early in the morning, you have to face Jess Castillo. She's won a tournament in Ultimate Paddle 2 in Premier Paddle. And then rest for a couple hours, and then suddenly you have to face Ari Sanchez and Marta Talaban at this level. So, I mean, it's...
But it's also a fantastic experience. You can look at it in two different ways. Yeah, get a chance to play.
You don't get to play with this kind of players every single day, so it's quite a unique experience, and it's going to be throughout the season. And it's needed for these kind of players to get better, also to be able to share the court with better people. The only way to improve is to train and to play and to compete with better people than you.
So
not only in paddle,
in all
in general.
sports.
Yeah.
Always cracks me up because you have to consider when you're in your training sessions, you should be losing in your training sessions. If you're not losing in your training sessions, then you're not playing against a tough enough opponent. Back-to-back lobs. Make an additional. The Chiquita, and it's a winner. Nice shot from Lucia Sainz. Sainz getting a bit more active here in set 2. Dubbins has not seen the ball as often. Covering back to the net, San Diego.
Another one.
3 drop shots in this matchup for Lucia Sainz, and each one has just been phenomenal.
A highlight show from Lucia Sainz without shots. Every single time from that side, executing it to perfection.
Now it's time for Taliban to get more involved. 15-40, excuse me, 40-15 with San Diego on the serve. Tough ball on the high backhand. Well managed from Dubbins.
But you see again, that ball, that's the thing that Brittany Dubbins has to work on. These kind of aerial shots where she's only pushing the ball to the backcourt and it's giving a lot of bounce after the glass wall. If she gets to work on that bandeja and that vibora, she's going to be a very dangerous player, even more than what she is right now.
And here's a look out to our grandstand.
If there's a player that has spent a lot of time in the court, that's Salo Rubio for the Arkansas Matrix, playing with Patti Yaguno. And they're facing Marta Caparrós and Fran Guerrero. Guerrero was playing last night the men's doubles. Not today, but he's playing the mixed doubles alongside Marta Caparrós.
This is a part of the third match of the day. Playing that mixed matchup out on our grandstand. We will play all 3 of the matches in each of these series between teams. Each team in this round robin format will be guaranteed 4 matches. Fake smash.
Out the middle, good move there by Salo Rubio. I was talking with some people from the Houston Volts, and yes, we know they're a young team, but they told me the philosophy is not having any single player over 21 years old, only Marta Ortega. She's the only one over 21 years old, but then you have to be under that. That's the idea and the philosophy they have.
Interesting. Just trying to develop players, I guess, as they come along, or those without ceilings yet placed over the top of them.
And the big question was, why is Claudia Jensen not playing? I was talking to her this morning and she told me she has a pain in her knee, her left knee. She was in the doctor in the morning, she's waiting for the results, and that's the reason why the lefty is not playing.
Yeah, we were looking forward to seeing her in action. Yesterday she was sitting on the sideline supporting her team. 40 love now.
Yes. Today we have the scoreboard on the back. If you're missing it, there you can see it behind Marta Caparrós.
Dropping out of the way is the Houston Volts, and
now Fran Guerrero, of course, executing that perfect bajada de pared to make it 40-15. Good serve. Ay, ay, ay.
and a better return, but somehow Rubio quick with the feet.
There goes Marta Caparrós from one side to the other.
Watching them chase this around the court, and it's Rubio with the last and final contact, game 1 on the side of the matrix. Back on championship court, 2-1, the lead for Miami.
Do you like more the pink shirt from Miami or the white shirt from Miami?
Oof,
Tough one, huh?
I don't know, that is a tough one. I think everyone's got fantastic uniforms for this event. It's fun to see all the teams kind of come up with their own style,
Ball 15.
own brand.
You're the polite person. I'm the not polite person. I have to say that I just love the uniform from Miami. I love the uniform from the Goats, the Colors.
The
This
purple
white
and-
uniform from the Miami Paddle Club. Oh, so clean. So clean.
So you only just hand out compliments, though. That isn't bad.
No, but I'm saying that I have my favorites. And the name, Florida Goats. Wow. Magnificent. But you like the New York Atlantics.
I
Yesterday
do.
You said it.
I do. There's no doubt about that. I think each one bringing their own little flair,
Mhm.
as are these two teams right now. 2-1, 30 all. And a reserve, I believe, here.
They're not sure about the scoreboard because they were listening to the other court, so they're confused if it was the umpire calling from this court or from the other. That was the big issue here. Ouch.
Finding that sidewall again, or looking for it at least. Brittany Dubbins instead finds Ariana Sanchez. And Lucia Sainz yet again.
2 games old. Second
It's a
set.
hold now for the Stingrays for San Diego to make it 2-2. Turn for Dalavan to serve.
Score is 2-2.
Out.
Now 15 love
15
for
love.
Miami Paddle Club. I'm curious to see if Ari Sanchez is going to play with Agus Tapia at least one time during the week.
Oh, yeah, for
Yesterday
the
she
mixed
played
matchup.
with John Sands, and they did a great job.
Be fun. That's one of the unique elements to this PPL format, getting a chance to see not only some of the best in the world play alongside new partners, but also a mixed competition. That's one of the highlights to this format. Men and women playing alongside one another.
The wind again from that side, just push the ball to the glass.
30, 15.
Absolute perfection from Dubbins. And Lucia Science recognizes the angle.
30 all.
30 all. That was perfect movement from Lucia Sainz. She knew a second before that the ball was going there. She was waiting super close to the net to be able to set a faster pace to that one.
From one great backhand volley to a drop. Nice touch from
Do
Taliban.
that to me, I do that to you.
Little taste of our own medicine.
We've seen a lot of those today from the right side players. Lucia Sainz and Taliban putting on a show. You just cannot let Ari Sanchez volley. It's most likely a loss.
Got to keep it away from her racket, and especially when she's up at the net. 3-2, Miami.
De este lado, ahí lo otro. De este lado no, porque acá no nos tocó, porque no se para y se queda una bola buena.
Vamos a buscar el buen globo, uno en el segundo, en el que tiene juego, y ahí
Sí,
vamos ya.
antes ahí en el resto habíamos trabajado bien y había quedado esto.
Bueno, pero está bien. Va a terminar cayendo.
Sí, sí, vamos en sistema.
Además, Lucía, con el globo que sea, le dice que toca. Y llega aquí. Ahí,
Vamos, 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 vamos. Sí, 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 sí. Venga,
sobre todo tú, que en tu globo ahí,
Sí, sí,
que nada,
sí, sí, sí.
porque Lucía tiene más calidad por arriba.
Sí, sí. Vale, si la dejo caer un poquito más, la empujo mejor. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Yo te ayudo aquí, ¿eh?
Vamos, vamos,
Ahora
vamos.
vamos. Vale.
Dale, sin prisa ahora tú desde atrás.
Vamos, ¿eh?
Va.
Again, Marta Taliban with another winner at forehand, paying off a lot today.
Seems to be finding her rhythm a bit more on some of those.
And that Rulo, she has that shot.
She absolutely does. She's done a good amount of
You told me
damage
she's
that
coming
direction.
from tennis, right?
Mhm.
That technique, she has it. The kick smash works a lot for her.
Wow. Audi cutting that one off before it can even get to the glass, stealing time away from Dubbins.
And making it 15-30. threatening now the opponents to getting a couple break points.
Watch the footwork of Taliban right here. Love that on the bandeja.
And they have the break points.
50-40.
3 of them. It's a big moment in the match. Miami can just escape from the Stingrays.
Looking to run away here. Less pace and more pace. Miami coming away with a break.
Beautiful por tres from Ari Sanchez. Aiming to that high fence, and the ball just went away really close to the benches. Another break, the first one in the second one for Miami Padel Club to take the lead. This is looking super, super good from the local team.
Dubbins with
Nope.
a good
That's
amount
out.
of height to her, able to cut that off on her left shoulder.
150.
Love 15 now.
Oh, unbelievable block.
Nope.
And out of
Again.
bounds. San Diego.
Love 30.
Love 30. In the first set, Miami Padel Club got an early break, and then the Stingrays came back after that. Of course, Miami Padel Club just kept going. But now again, after finding the break, they're suffering when serving.
Especially on that side of the net. Seems like more points are being won
That was
on the
nice.
side of San Diego right now, just in terms of that side of the court seems to be a little easier to play on. Stretching Britton Dubbins and creating some opportunities, having her hit forehand, backhand. She's having to get twisted up here. It's not enough on that lob.
The MVP so far, Marta Talaban, in my opinion. A win. That was an awkward ball for Ari Sanchez. Just stopping in the air. And it's hard because you're adjusting your foot and your body in one direction because you feel and you know that the ball is going there, but suddenly it stops and you have to basically change in 1 second everything.
Opportunity for a break point is gone. Now a golden point. Still potential break point here for San Diego. Fourth golden point in this match. Ariana Sanchez steals it away, finds another hold, make it 5-2.
5 games to 2.
Agua. No todavía, por favor.
Estaba ya,
Esa
está
sí
ya.
ya.
Nuria.
¿Estas dos?
La vas vos para atrás y ella para adelante. No, te va a quedar siempre medio libre, a ella tenés que ir a buscarla. No, cuando la bola es buena, vos tirás el globo para allá y te va y te comés la red. Y te comés la red. Y ahora tienen viento en contra, así que ahora no quiero que deje pasar. Liberate adelante que jugás una fortuna, tirale todo, cuando te quede le pegás. No pasa nada si se puede ganar. Mala suerte, sí, porque ese dijiste no era a tu lado. No importa, no importa, ahora vamos a buscarlo, pero se puede ganar. Escuchá, si se juega auténticamente, se puede ganar porque vos sos mejor que la otra liga. Dale, dale, Luz, pero no jueguen al revés. Yo te quiero en la red. Ella labura, vos adelante te liberás. ¿Sí? Vamos. Es increíble, fuimos bola de oro.
Sí, sí, voy a subir.
Dale, chicas, va.
Vamos, mi amor.
Vamos, Lucía, va.
Va, Viri, va, Viri, va, Viri.
Just one game away is Miami from picking up the win, the match win, and the series win. Just off the last inch of her racket. Feels like she had a missed opportunity there. Bajada from Ariana. And trouble. You see a signs.
Down the line, obviously, when you smash down the line, you have the risk of your opponent pushing to the net. But if they're not, it's almost a guaranteed point because you don't really have the time to recover if you're playing on the other side of the net.
No stress for Taliban.
Oh.
But now she is under duress. What a shot, Lucia Sainz.
Maybe they're losing the match, but Sainz has given us so many highlights.
There is no doubt
Like
about that.
so many of those. 3 drop shots or 4. Now this angle. Oh. Imagine, just imagine if Harry catches that one.
And a game 3-5. San Diego picking up 1. Now Miami wants to close out on their own serve.
First point for Miami, only 3 away of not only winning the match, Cam, but the series. And to join, for example, the LA Beat and the Atlantics as the only teams to have 2 wins out of 2.
Los Angeles Beat picking up their 2nd win earlier today. The Atlantics also doing the same for the Waves. Taliban on the chase. Hands from Taliban. Coming up yet again, the duels going the direction of Miami at this point.
And we have 4 match points for Miami Paddle Club to get another point in the Pro Paddle League 2024.
And right off the first contact from Ariana Sanchez, the win for Miami, 6-3, 6-3. And they take home the series victory as well.
Good performance from the favorites, from Ari Sanchez and Marta Taliban, especially from Marta. What a match she played. The MVP playing on the right side of the court, being so solid with the volleys, and obviously the quality that has this girl, the #1, Ari Sanchez, to finish the point. Whenever she's needed, she's there. And the celebration within the Miami Paddle Club. Another win, another day at the office for the favorites.
Fantastic celebration and a win on their side. Take a look back at this one. You mentioned Taliban. She was superb throughout the entirety of this, seeing probably about 70% of the contacts, and she came away point after point after point. As you look now to match point.
There she is, shining star the number 1, Ari Sanchez. Magic Ari. And probably Javi is going to be with her in just a few moments.
But we got a chance to see this Miami roster.
And Cam.
Agustin Tapia and John Sense picking up
Yes.
the win for the men.
And tomorrow is going to be a fun matchup to watch between the LA Beat and Miami Padel Club. We said it before, 2 teams that have to win. So tomorrow, the LA Beat, Miami Padel Club, you cannot miss that one.
Both in the same group, so a chance to see the unbeaten face off against one another. We'll send it on over to Javi Carrasco with our winners here in just a moment. Ariana Sanchez and, of course, her partner, Marta Talevan.
I'm really fine. I'm really happy to stay here with the winners of the match, Marta Talaman and Ariana Sanchez, the winner for Miami. Thank you, girls. Well, in Spanish, because if no, Ariana Sánchez is angry with me. So, Ariana Sánchez, ¿cómo de importante es la victoria que habéis conseguido hoy?
Bueno, yo creo que es súper importante. Ayer ganamos, hoy también. Cada día y cada partido suman, así que para nosotras pues muy contentas de haber ganado, de haber jugado un gran partido contra el otro equipo y nada, felices y a descansar que mañana tenemos otra dura eliminatoria.
She's so happy to stay here, to winning the victory against Lucia, against Britain, and she wants to sleep for tomorrow. So, Marta, ¿cómo es jugar con Ariana Sánchez, que ahora mismo es la número 1 del mundo en el ranking femenino?
La verdad que es muy fácil, estoy súper agradecida porque me lo está haciendo muy fácil, estoy disfrutando mucho, creo que nos hemos acoplado súper bien y nada, pues eso, a seguir disfrutando, que me quedan varios días de jugar con ella, a aprovechar para aprender mucho y a por la victoria.
She's so happy for the victory and she's so glad for the teammate Ariana Sánchez. Ari, do you want to say something or no? In English.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone to be here. We are very happy and see you tomorrow.
Very good, very good. See you tomorrow. No, see you later because we have more games in the Pro Padel League.
So a chance to hear from the winners, Miami. They are looking to take this first event. Again, only the top 2 teams from our 2 groups, gold and white, will move on. And right now, Miami's looking strong.